detector isn't reliable.
So it's probably not the VTX, it's probably something to do with the camera.
Shit. God damn it. I just don't have enough. Okay, I'm doing a random stream to just do I have the dock cam on a button here? Yes, I do. To do some revisions to these parts real quick. This top part here for the pod is just a little hair too small. And what are the other revisions I wanted to do? I need to build a little kind of inset inside of here for the camera. There, you can see it like that, right in there. And I need to add like just a little kind of a bump right along here, so I have something to push that against when I stick it down. On this thing, I've got it screwed in with the little screws that I use. Oh, I should get those. This little kit of little tiny screw things from Amazon. You know, I hate to trump up Amazon because fuck Amazon, right? But this is the size I used, 1.4 by 6 millimeters. And let me tell you that these little tiny screws here, I have a set of black ones and a set of silver ones, and they are very useful for things like this, where you can focus. No, not going to focus, too close. Where you can screw little parts together, especially little tiny plastic parts. So they're self-tapping, and excuse me, thirsty. So this little scoop here, I've decided I'm going to print it the other way this time, especially for Andy and Kevin's planes. So the top is nice and smooth, and I'll do the bottom as best I can. The bottom will have supports instead of the top, right? How stupid. It's the way I've always done it. It doesn't matter because it's just my plane, but now that it's going to be maybe other people's planes, and who knows. Okay, so this little ring has to be increased, so let's do that first because I don't have much time. In fact, I'll probably have to put this thing on standby when my girlfriend's giving the dogs baths, and I probably need to go up there and do some things. So there's never a moment where I can just do stuff unless it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so here we go. There are many moments, I don't know what I'm talking about, many moments where I can do many things. So I retract that last statement, really. Seriously. Okay, so we're in Fusion 360 here. This is the pod. And what we need to do is activate this part that we want to use, which we do with that little button there. And then we want to find the sketch that did this thing here. and we want to increase the diameter by, oh, and I didn't name any of the sketches except maybe some of the, so we can see which sketch. Maybe that's the one, sensor riser, that's the one. So let's edit this sketch. And so all we have to do, I think, is increase the size of this circle. And I should do something else fancy here. Let's go here, change parameters, and let's add a parameter called sensor circle, and sensor circle, and then we're going to make it 28. Sensor mount DIA. We'll make it 28. 28. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to change this dimension to capture position. Sensor mount DIA. Enter. Now when we finish the sketch, it should make everything bigger. Oh. Okay. Oh, those are the previous warnings. So never mind those. That is something, this is because I imported these parts from another model and I have not set the sketches back. I have not referenced the sketches on these three parts, the scoop, the motor spacer, and the light ring. So I don't know how to do that very well yet, so that's something I have to learn. So now if we zoom in, we should have this diameter should be. So now we can take this body. That's all we needed to do to this, I think. And this body is going to be, did I do a countersink? Yeah, I think I want to make those a little bit bigger too. So those mount holes, let's do that, and let's edit that sketch. And let's zoom in. What? Oh. Something is not right here. Oh, crap. I wonder what happens when I hit finish sketch. Does it go back to where it was? I hope so. That was weird. That was weird. I think it's because of the way I don't know, I copied and pasted it from another design, like I said. I think I'm just going to leave that alone. Okay, never mind that. Done with the sensorizer. So now we can export this part and reprint it. So what we're going to do is save as STL. Then we are going to go where I have this, and it is the scoop sensor, this one here. And we are going to save it. Oh, wait, we want to, no, we're going to cancel. We want to do one other thing. Okay, so sensor ring. We have to edit this sketch. So you can see it doesn't do that crazy thing when I do sketches that were done after I imported the piece. Okay, so it's these two lines that have to be moved. They're just not. So I think I can just move them. I'm just gonna, I didn't constrain these. I just did a quickie. So I just need to make them a little bit wider. And we're not being very exacting there. So finish sketch. I think I want to move that a little bit more. One more time. Sensor ring, edit sketch. Oh, why does Fusion do that? I don't know. Let's move this one a little bit more. Very precise, folks, very precise. There we go. That's what I want. Little space for the wires, more space in case you're using a bigger connector or something. My connector was barely fitting, I think. Okay, so we don't need to see that anymore. And why that's showing up like that, I don't know. Okay, because I had it selected. So now we can do a preliminary save and modified sensor ring. Then we can export this piece, this body, as STL so we can print it. And we do that, and we're going to go here, and then we're going to hit save, and then we're going to hit yes. And just to show you what I'm talking about in Cura really quick, this is how, if you go into preview mode, this is the last print I did here with the parts. And you can see the support material here. That's the support material supporting the top of that scoop. And there's the bottom of the scoop. So what I'm going to do is actually clear the build plate. And then we'll go here and we're going to back to prepare. And we will open. We're going to get that sensor again, the new version. And we're going to print it this way this time. And then we're going to do per model settings and select settings. And we're going to type in support. Oop. And we're going to hit just generate support. What you have to do in Cura, it's kind of weird, but all the support settings don't necessarily show up properly here. So you have to set them on this side for your support. You have to check this and set the support settings you'd want, and then uncheck it, and then go back and do per model. Now we're going to check it here. And whatever was checked over here is really what's going to be checked under here, since we didn't do any more specific settings. And you can't find the specific settings that are under here, and I'm not going to go through all that right now. Okay, so now that one's done. That one's ready to go. If we go to preview and we go to the bottom row, top first layer, we can see that we're going to do some support. That's the turquoise. Oops. So you can see it's going to support the inside of that scoop. And then the top will be nice and clean. So, okay, so that's what we're going to do with that. Now, the next revision we need to make is a little bit more complicated. And we're going to fix, first of all, let's select the light ring. I only brought in that one light ring. Yeah, I did. So I need to actually open the other thing and copy it. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry you're triggered. I'm glad to see you. And yeah, I was doing a quickie there. Sorry about that. No. Everything else is constrained in the drawing. Everything else is constrained. Right on. So, where are we going here? What was I doing? Sorry, I was looking at the chat. Okay, I got to bring in this other part. So this other part is in FT Arrow. Oh man, which is the one I just edited, saved. 217177. Nope. There's so many. I've got a very confusing situation here. No, that's the old one. This one. This one here. Okay, let's open this one. Read only, that's fine. So I think what we want to do is select this component. Is this, did I put the hole in it? Is this the one with the hole? No, no, it's not. Maybe I never saved that. Crap. It's not good to get lost in your, get so many designs that you mess up. Like this one I should just delete. Anyway, shit. Okay, so let's just go back to this other light ring holder and do it the way I want. And that is, let's show it. Maybe I should copy and paste it as a new one. Okay, let's do that. So we're gonna copy. Then we're gonna go back up to here. Let's zoom out so it's not so silly looking. And then we're gonna paste new. Paste new. That'll make it a new one, and then we can move it exactly where we want, which I think I want to move it out minus 2 more from that, 2 millimeters from where it is now. Okay, that's it. Okay, and then, oh, okay, I did it. All right, so now let's get rid of this panel. So now I got to rename this one. Short. I'm going to say short. Names are getting too long. Okay, so let's edit this. Let's look at all the sketches here. So what we're going to do, what's the sketch? Sketch 4 doesn't have a name. Let's edit that sketch and see what it is. Oh, see how it did that again? Okay, so those are all those things. That's, I don't want to do that. So that, I should name that sketch, finish sketch. And we're going to rename that slide mount sides. Mount sides. Okay, and what's this sketch? Sketch is that? I don't even know what that sketch does. Shit. Let's hide all the other bodies here. Definitely that one. Crazy. I don't know where I am. Okay, so that's just the defining circle. So that is the... Why is this... I don't get that. Okay. There's something else going on here that I don't get. But anyway. Reverse engineering my own work. It's so crazy. I don't remember what I did. How I did this. Okay, go back. Go back. Okay. Bottom mount holes. Can I see that sketch now? No, this sketch. Okay. So that is there. So we got to find the extrude light ring holder. Oh no, see I didn't name the extrudes either. So that's those. Oh man. I'm going to probably be better off just putting a hole. I I'm just going to see if the one I have fits, and I'm not going to make this revision right now. After I don't know what to do. I don't want to do this right now on a live stream, do a whole new piece. It was supposed to be some quick revisions. So what's the other revision? Let's move along. The other revision is going to be activate the main pod. We're going to show the main pod, and we're going to go here and put the space, a little depression in for this camera. So let's find the camera, and this is probably going to be fun too. Oh, I have a battery charge done. I'm going flying at 2 o'clock and it's 12:24, so charging batteries. Here we go. I gotta change the battery charge. We're at the battery charging station. There's no cameras here. Oh, channel 4 completed. That one's, these are full. Okay, channel 4 completed. Okay, channel 4 completed. We'll put another one in channel 4 if I can get in there. I didn't finish all my extensions for this 4-port charger. And if you get one of these toolkit 4-port chargers, you need to voltage match, mismatch error. Okay. What do we, oh, I don't have it in the first. There we go. Okay. Back to drawing. Okay, so yeah, we're back here. Let's find the sketch for the camera front holes. Is that that? Yep, that's that. Let's edit this sketch. Okay, so you see this box here? What we have to do is draw another box. So let's we have to draw another box. So first we have to reference that line down there. Hope we can do that. Okay, so I want to draw a box around this box to make the part go out. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's see if I can just project some lines in there. Not that line. I want to project that line. Yeah, that one. Come on, get it. Okay, let's go underneath here. Project that line, and that line. Okay, those are the two lines we need to project. Then I can say okay. And then I can draw another box. Another line. So we're going to draw a line from there up to there, over to there, down to there. Then we're going to dimension. Oh, escape. That line didn't go well. Let's get rid of that line. Come on. Oh my God. Hide the body, hide the body. This line, got to get rid of it. And then let's do line again. Go there and make sure we get that there. Okay, now let's dimension. From that point. Why can't I select these points? God, what is going on here? Okay. It's not going well with the mouse today. 2.4, that seems like a good dimension, 2.4. That's just enough to catch it, not too heavy, not too light. Okay, I think that'll be good. And we're going to do this to this. Come on, get there. 2.4. That's all we need. Finish sketch. So now what we need to do is do a projection like we did this projection. So where is that sketch? That was the front hole sketch. Let's select that. And we can look at how I did this. I can show the body again. We can look at how I did this inset there. Let's go to this one. That's that one. Let's go to that one. That's that one. That's the one we want to look at. Edit feature. So what I did was an offset 2.4 millimeters. And then I went 10 millimeters. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Okay, so cancel. Minus 2.4, minus 10. Let's remember that. Okay, so now let's go out and let's go Q. Oh, blue lines, more undefined yellow, more undefinedness. Yeah, oh, those are projections actually. So we're going to take this and this, and then we're going to say offset. Minus 2.4. Distance minus, we're not going to go 10, we're going to go minus 6. Minus 6, let's see how that goes. Minus 8. Let's take a look at that from the inside. Oh, shit. There we go. That's perfect, look at that. I think we'll go minus 7. Let's see, minus 7. Let's take a look. Is it going all the way to the edge? Yeah. Okay. And it's not a cut, it's a join. That's what it's going to look like. There we go. Okay. So let's see. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, we don't want to interfere with the battery, really. So we just want a little pocket for it to catch the camera. Let's do that. Let's try that. There we go. That was one revision I wanted to make. Now another revision I wanted to look at was to see about this front fillets here. I want to add fillet. Right there, and right there, and right there, and right there, and see how it looks if I can only go a certain amount. Let's go 3. It looks kind of funky. Why is it kind of funky like that? That's weird. No, not going to do it. Okay, what are these things? I don't know. I don't know what they are. They're vents. They're places to put lights. They're unplanned. This whole front thing needs to be, I don't know. Okay, I think those are the only revisions really that I needed to, oh, the line for the flight controller. Okay, flight controller board. Okay, so now what we want to do is make sure all these sketches are hidden and then show the board holder. And what we want to do is look at the board holder and see where it is and make sure that I'm clearing that. See that? Okay, so that looks good. So now what I want to do is go back. I'm on the main pod still. So I want to make a new sketch. And I'm going to select this surface here. And I'm going to make a sketch. And then I'm going to just draw a rectangle like this. Put one here. And then we're going to draw another one. We're going to just put it like that. Okay, let's zoom in. And then we're going to dimension this. This is only going to be 1 millimeter wide. Ooh, 1.2. I know, I could just grab the lines, right? 1.2. Okay, and then like this, we'll just grab the line. That's what I should be doing. And then that can be 10. And this can be from this line to, oh, escape, from that line to that line. Wait, dimension. Oh, it won't catch it. Shit. Okay, so what I need to do is project that piece there. And that piece there. Okay. So now we're going to dimension that. No. That. No. Unselect. Come on. Dimension between those two. Thank you. And that's going to be 0.2. And dimension between that one and that one is going to be 0.2. And I think that's it. And now, oh, the end here. The end here. We'll go from this point to that point. We'll call that 3. Okay. Finished sketch. Let's name this sketch. We're going to call it the board. Oh, come on. What did I do? Oh, close. I hope I didn't break anything. Finish sketch. Which sketch? God damn it. Okay. I hate, sometimes things happen and it drives me crazy on Fusion. I don't know what happened, and there's not like, even though there's a history thing, I don't know. I get lost sometimes. Okay. We're calling this the board mount edge. Okay. Now we don't want it selected. C. Okay. And then we're going to do some push-pulling extrusion. This and this. And then we're going to go up maybe just 2 millimeters. Join. And that is our little... Now we're going to make sure that it's clearing the spar. It is. Okay, so we got a little bump there. There we go. Oh, and now I wanted to modify the board holder. The board holder needs the 24-inch square holes for the WSE board. So let's activate that component. And then main pod, let's export this body as an STL. Save as STL. I want to make sure. I don't want to make sure. I don't want it. Cancel. Okay. Jeez. Activate that component. Save as STL. And we're going to call this 34. We have to double check and make sure the parameter is 34 inches for the motor spacing. Version 534. Yes, replace. Don't save old versions of crap, because then you don't know which one's the right one. That's what I do all the time. Like, what if I want to go back to it? No, no, I won't. Okay, board holder. Activate component. Oh, now it's stuck again. No. Looks like a PETA. I don't know what a... Like a PETA... Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'll have to Google that. Like a pita bread? No. Okay, so what we're going to do here is this board holder, FPV Combat holes. Let's edit this sketch. And... Oh, I've got to put you guys on standby. Girlfriend needs help with something. So I'm going to switch to the standby mode. Sorry, everybody. 1 sec. Crisis in the house. Crisis in the house. Switch. Are we still recording? Yes, of course we're still recording now. And of course we're still recording now. Okay, here we go. You good? Damn it, didn't even get to the flying on that stupid video. Just got your first 3D printer. So yeah, what'd you get? Congratulations, you're about to have a nice adventure. I've loved 3D printing. It has changed so many things about how I do things in this hobby, you know. That's all I can say about that. It's freaking amazing that you can like draw something up and then have it in your hand. Fox Lab Aquila. Fox. Wow. That sounds pretty fancy. So I have a piece of crap 3D printers. I have two of them and they're both junk. They're ANET A8s and one is from like 2014, but they're definitely modified from their, I never even printed either of them in their stock condition, but anyway, well, congratulations. That's pretty awesome. I think that you're going to enjoy that. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this board here is I got to make a 24-inch square. So first of all, wait, what I need to do is, oh yeah, just go in from the inside. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do an offset first. So let's do an O, and then we're going to select that whole curve, I guess. I don't really want the whole thing. Change selection. I don't want to change selection. So, okay, let's cancel. Let's do offset again. Let's uncheck change selection. And let's just get that, and that. And then I want to do a construction line. And then I want to do it. Wait a minute. I don't know what the dimension is, do I? Huh. Okay, so I need a 24-inch square. So let's inspect this. What is that? That one right there. Why aren't you telling me the measurements? Come on, what is the measurement of that piece? Where is the measurement? It's not telling me the measurement. All right, let's just dimension it for Christ's sake. D. Just tell me what it is. 30.8. Thank you. Thank you. 30.8 minus 20. Oh, man. All right, never mind. We're not going to do it that way. Here, we're going to do it this way. We're going to draw a rectangle. And the rectangle is going to be a... you can tell that I am not an expert. I should disclaimer this as I am no expert at Fusion 360. In fact, I don't know crap about Fusion 360. It's a clone of the Creality Ender 3 V2. Okay, well that's a good thing to get, and that's well supported and definitely a good choice for a first printer if it's like a Creality Ender 3. I have a Creality at work. It's a really old, it's an Ender something. It's maybe one of the very first versions of Ender 3. I think I'll use different CAD software. Yeah, I love Fusion 360 actually, but I think that a lot of people like Tinkercad and things like that, or Onshape too. I don't know. This is pretty advanced, I guess, very advanced, but I'm not using it in an advanced way. At least I don't think so. Okay, so now what we're going to do is dimension this, and you don't. Oh, by the way, you don't have to. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Fusion 360. That's for sure. It does a lot of crazy stuff on you, and I don't understand what it does sometimes, but. A lot of times when I find out what it's doing, like why it did this weird thing, it really makes sense if I go dig deeper. So I don't know. It has it's free for hobbyists if you license it that way. Okay, so this is 26. We want to make it 24. And then we want to dimension this one to be 24. This is how I should have done this in the first place. Not 240, 24. Then we want to take, and I'll show you something else you can do in Fusion. It's really easy. So, what is this dimension? This dimension is 30.8. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, we're going to take this dimension between here and here. I'm not in dimension mode. Between there and there. Come on. And there. I can't get it. See, this is one of those things where it's driving me crazy. Okay. There and there. There we go. And we're going to say it's going to be 30.8 minus, hover over that, D362. Did you see that? I put the dimension number up there. D362. And then we want to take that whole thing, that whole number, so put it in parentheses. It's like a math, divided by 2. And so that will center that little thing right there. And then I'm going to take that dimension, 3.4, and I'm just going to do the same thing here. I don't need the equation now. I just need the 3.4. So I'm going to go dimension from there to there, and that's going to be 3.4. So now I have the place to do my circles. So now I'm going to do circle, turn off construction mode, and I'm going to make a circle, and the circle's going to be, we're going to say 2.4. This is the circles to make the holes for the flight controller, the 411 WSE. 2.4. Yeah, definitely. You're never going to find the perfect CAD software. That's for sure. But once you find one, I suggest you stick to it as much as you can, because you'll become more efficient using it, because every one is going to be different. Okay, so now we finished this sketch, and what we've done is we've added 4 holes to the existing 4 holes that were already in the sketch. So we're going to finish the sketch, and now I'm going to show the sketch. Where are we? Board holder, sketches, FPV Combat holes, and then I'm going to do a selection where I'm going to do a cube push-pull. And we're going to select these 4 circles, and you see what push-pull does is it does that, but we're going to hide the main pod. We're going to turn this around. We're going to, over here, we're going to say distance to object, and we're going to point at the bottom, and then hit and verify that the operation says cut. And then now we have modified our board holder. So this side holds the Maytech F411 WSE, and this side holds the FPV Combat board, which you can see right here. You can see right there when I put the right view on. Document camera. I've lost it. Doc cam. Where's my button for doc cam? Doc cam. There it is. There. That's the board that's going on this side over here. It's a 30 by 30 mount, and a 30 by 30 mount is really 30.5 by 30.5, just so you know, if anybody's wondering. Okay, so now we finished this piece. What we can do is we can export the body out as an STL, so we're ready to print. Save as STL. Okay. Save as STL. and we're going to call it board holder. Where's the board holder? V5 with fillets. Yeah, we definitely want the one with fillets. Okay, save that. Replace, yes. So now, I don't know what you're gonna, what do we got here? I just learned before I started watching your live stream about horizontal expansion setting to make your print accurate. Yes, this is true. Yes, yes. So, for example, when I make these holes, these holes are for M3 screws, but I really make them bigger because I know my printer doesn't have the exact tolerance I want. So I keep that in mind when you're designing parts, your own printer, and you're going to have to, once you get your printer going and start printing with it, you'll get more experience. And that really comes out when you design your own parts, because you really see how your designs translate into the real print right away. And so, yes. Yes, the board is what I'm using. The Combat board is what I'm using. I purchased it at Video Aerial Systems in the United States. If you go to their website, there is definitely worldwide distribution of this thing all over the place. And anyway, I'm pretty impressed with it, I have to say. This whole system is really cool. I mean, I can't wait to try it out. I mean, even if it only half works, it's still going to be cool. It's just going to be fun trying to make it work. And anyway. Okay, so we exported the board holder. And so what we need to do is print some more parts. So what we're going to do is go back to Cura. And the other thing you're going to also learn with what you're doing with your printer is, oh, we're going to dogfight with, I'm interrupting myself. We're going to dogfight my friend Andy and Kevin. My two people that I fly with all the time. I'm going to build 3 of these wings. And whether, I haven't really cleared it with them specifically, but they may not want to put their FPV Combat system in my wing that I built for them, but I'm giving them a wing, so what the hell. I'm going to build a wing. That's the plan. So we're going to fly where we normally fly, and we kind of chase each other around a lot anyway. We're not that good at it, but so yeah. So we're going to get 3, what I thought was the good idea would be to have 3 exact wings that I call spec wings, even though that's not really the right term probably, but yeah. So anyway, okay, so yeah, I hope it works great too. I got high hopes for it, and I plan on hoping to make, if I get my act together ever, make some decent videos about it. Okay, so let's get this kind of put over here. Then we're going to add I'm not going to print the pod yet because I'm waiting for a new spool of filament, which I've ordered. So I only have enough filament to print small parts and not this big pod. Okay, so we're going to do the light ring holder, that one, and this one. We'll do, no, I just want the short one right now. Short one, and with sensor, those 2. And the motor spacer. Is it the motor spacer's been fixed? Yeah, motor spacer's been fixed already. So, okay. Oh, I don't need another one of those. Ding dong. Okay, that's done. So this one we're going to print. We're going to rotate. I can't seem to. Oh. So another thing is, oops, the way to move things around in Cura is different than to move your view around is different than it is in Fusion. So when you go to Fusion and then you move something and you're used to your keyboard, then you have to learn, you have to remember the other thing for the other program, which kind of sucks. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to print that like that, and then let's kind of look at it from the top and move it over here, and move this one over here. Yeah, sure is sometimes. Okay, so those are the 3 parts I need to print. I'm just going to double check my settings really quick. That I'm going to have wall lines 2, bottom layers 3, print speed's pretty slow, temperatures look good, flow still 100%, temperatures or speeds are slow but good. Okay, oh, we got to put supports on this, so that one we got to do this. Per model, select settings, over to here. If you're printing one piece and you're doing support for that piece, then you don't need to do this per model thing. But I have a piece without support and I don't want it to do something weird on me. So now what we do is we check it. We check the way it's going to print. We can zoom in a little bit here. And this preview mode lets you go layer by layer and shows you the different types of what it's doing. So this is infill, and the red is outer wall, and the yellow is inner wall, I think. But yet it's yellow on top. So I don't know. That's red is outer sidewall, I guess. And yellow is yellow. Okay, so you can go layer by layer and check your print, and you can, the layer slider's over here on the right, and you go up, you can see the infill, how it's going to infill, and then when it does the bridging over the top of the infill. And you can see the top of the ESC scoop there getting formed, and then so it looks like everything's going to be good. This part here, this light ring, I'm going to have to draw a new light ring, because really what I need is a better, how do I do that this way? I need this to be, these pieces to be thicker, and I need to move the holes a little bit where they mount so it lines up with where it sits in front of the motor. Anyway, it looks good. Got the printer because I couldn't find any decent pan and tilt mounts. I'll show you the pan and tilt mount that I use, and I modified it. So there's 2 different pan and tilt mounts that I use. In fact, I'll show them to you in person on the camera. And I did not design these myself. So let's see, can I switch? Oh yeah, I'm on this camera. Was I on this view the whole time? Or did I just switch? I don't know. Okay, this pan and tilt on top of my spear, and I'll try to turn it this way. Oh, it's hard to get in here, guys. I'll hold it from the bottom. So this is one, Rag the Nuts Off. You guys probably see that channel. Matt Ogborn. This is one I found on one of his videos. The only modification I had to make, I did have to draw my own spacer. So I don't know, you can't see it really, but right between the red piece, that's the base, because I printed it in red PLA, and the part that's turning, there's a little spacer. And that I had to print and design in print, which is a very simple design, of course. Because, oh, this piece I modified too, the top piece. The top piece, which I'll turn sideways too, I modified because I like to hold an HD camera on the top of it. And I didn't like the way the top piece was designed. So basically I took somebody's pan and tilt and I modified it so that I could do it my way. So this little spacer in the bottom between the red and the turning piece, and then the piece that has the actual tilt mechanism that holds both cameras. So there's usually an HD camera that goes on top there. I also designed the motor pod on this, but that's a different topic. Okay. So yes, pan tilt. So, and the other pan tilt I use, where is that one? Oh, it's disassembled. So it was on my Ranger 2000, the one that I have the unfinished video. I crashed the saga of the Ranger 2000. But this, I love showing my stuff off. Glad you said something. This is what happened to this pan tilt. It got obliterated in the crash. But, okay, where is it? So it's one of these JX, this is Bonafide Pirates pan tilt, and you probably watch him too. And Bonafide Pirates pan tilt is awesome, but I also made some modifications to that. So this, yeah, I need to finish my videos. The Ranger 2000 basically has 3 different maiden crashes, and I have to finish editing. I have such great footage too. Anyway, so this is a mess. This is from the crash, and I shouldn't mess with it too much. But this pan tilt really is a decent pan tilt. You just don't, you can't crash a plane with a pan tilt and expect the pan tilt to survive without problem. You just can't. It just doesn't happen. And what you got to do with this is be very careful, because this has got that HD camera connection, and I keep messing it up. This is the RunCam Split Hybrid 4K. It costs $100. So it's like, don't screw it up. And right now it's screwed up, so I'm screwing it up by getting it out. But this is the Bonafide Pirate. One of his pan tilts. I'm pretty sure that's where I got that from. And then I designed this little printed mount for the SMA camera or antenna mount. I'm always designing little parts for things, planes and stuff. So yeah, you're gonna love having a 3D printer. It just makes your life much easier. So yeah, I have a Thingiverse. Did I even put the link in the thing? No. I gotta sign in. I'm gonna sign in here. Let's do that. Change views back to this, I guess. Where am I? Yeah. Do that. DankRC. Signing in. My designs. Where's that? Do I have my designs? My designs. Yeah, so I have so this is the pod that we've been working on, a new version of that, but this is in here. Oh, don't want to go there. I didn't mean to click on that. But I have the things that I've modified. So I do, if I do something like for like here, this is that spacer. So I did it as a remix so we can find the actual original. So this is the spacer, and all it is this. All it is that. And then I did it as a remix from this thing. And this is, I don't know who this is. If that is Mogiex, if that is Matt Ogborn, or if that's somebody else. But that's definitely Matt Ogborn's plane and his brick wall back there and his mess on his desk, right? So I think that's his design. I think this is his, Matt Ogborn's design. And what I did there, I may have not posted that. but I have a modified, yeah, so I modified this piece here. What did I do to that? I can't remember. I don't think I posted that, so I keep saying, so I need to post that. What's this picture? Oh yeah, that shows why I did it. See, I used to have pieces of foam board stuck in there. And so I had to design a spacer. So wonderful, you have a CAD program, you have a 3D printer, design a spacer. Oh, wait, two thing files. What's the other one? Cam piece. Yeah, this piece. This piece here is this file. Why it doesn't have a picture, I don't know. I don't know why. Ask Thingiverse. Anyway, so those are two things I've got on my Thingiverse page. Anyway. Okay, where was I? I got to set up the print. I don't have a camera in there anymore, do I? I should try, you should, are you going to do Octoprint? You should do Octoprint. So I'll show you Octoprint, how you do that. Get a Raspberry Pi, you hook it up to your, I know it will work with an Ender 3. Where's my Octoprint window? Octoprint, CTO, Octopi 2. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So Octoprint is a, connection to yours. So I'm going to go turn on my printer. I'm going to take this camera. Where is it? This webcam. I brought a webcam in from my car that I had in there. I'm going to plug it into Octoprint. I recently had to, the SD card broke on the Octoprint instance that I had, so I had to get a new SD card. I mean, I was running that SD card for like 5 years, so I'll just stick that on top of the thing like that. There we go. Let's see. Okay, we're going to turn this on. Come back in here. I didn't finish rigging up the cameras in there. I also have an IP camera for my live stream. Okay, so first we're going to connect. I'm going to get back to the chat window too. I lost that. Sorry. I'm going to find it. Ah, I have so many windows open. Oh my God. Okay, let's just find it this way. YouTube live streaming. There it is. Thank you. And the camera set up so you can keep tabs. Yes. Yes, yes, exactly. So yeah, Octoprint, it provides a web interface. It runs on a Raspberry Pi. So let's go, and we just connected the camera to it. So let's fix that real quick. Enable webcam support. Flip, we're not going to flip. We'll just see how it goes. Save. Save. Okay. Then what I usually do is I'm going to just go ahead and restart Octoprint. It's very polished, Octoprint. It's, of course, it's open source. It, so it's programmed basically by volunteers. They have a pretty active community, a massive amount of plugins. I only use 2 different plugins, and I've only installed one of the 2 that I normally use on this. The one plugin is that you probably wouldn't need because you might have a bed leveler system on your printer, but I need to manually level my pitiful little printer. So the other one is MQTT, which is a way of a messaging protocol, and I have like it's for home, like I have a home automation thing. That's a whole nother story. I'm not going to get into that today for sure. But I can graph temperatures and stuff and have them show a manual level. So you'll like this too. This saves so much time when you do when you're manually leveling your bed, which you need to do. That is one of the most very critical. When I'm printing this pod, I mean, this pod takes up 95% of the bed area of the ANET A8. It's not a big bed. You need to have it level. It needs to be level. So anyway, yeah, don't discount that. So I'd have this thing, this bed leveling wizard, which just kind of moves the head around. Oops, yeah, moves the head around the bed. Okay, so now let's see if we have a webcam. We're going to go here. Webcam. Oh no, it's not going to work. Ah. I can't get it to work. Ever since I updated to the new Octoprint, it's a really old Raspberry Pi, and that's probably why. They told me when they release notes, it says don't even use this Raspberry Pi for this version. Use a Raspberry Pi 3 or above. This is a Raspberry Pi 2. Let's look at this. Anything I don't want time lapse, that'll just make it more processor intensive. Let's save. Nope, it's not going to work. Just going to go unplug it and plug it back in again, just one more time. Hey, we'll plug it into the hub. Plug it into the USB hub. It's plugged into Octoprint. Okay, let's try that. Come on, camera. Oh well. Probably won't have a probably won't have a webcam on the 3D printer today. Nope, it's just not going to do it. I'm going to do one more thing. We're just going to reboot the whole damn thing. Yeah. One more time. Sorry, I know how boring. Better springs for the bed. Yeah. See, you're in the world that I'm in. You have to first take your printer and completely modify it. And if I had the camera out there, I would show you. What I did with my ANET A8 was I didn't even ever use the wiring that came with the printer to wire up the heated bed, for example, or to wire the power supply to the motherboard. I bought my own thicker, better silicone cable instead of the cheap-ass plastic cable. I never used the connector to the heated bed. That's another example. I soldered it directly. Nope, still not working. Oh, look at that. We got a camera. Woo-hoo-hoo. There's the printer. Hey, happy days. So let's connect to the printer. And what we do is we do this manual bed leveling. And yeah, I fixed the fire hazard. So exactly. And I'll maybe try to show you it with this webcam and move it around. But I did my own wiring to the heated bed. I have two auxiliary MOSFETs that power the heated bed and the hot end. So yeah, I bypassed all the ANET bullshit, basically, because so this printer, it's bolted down. You can kind of see in this view right here. In fact, oh, let me do the Octoprint. Let's fix that. Let's go here. I'm doing this off screen, but I'm gonna do, it's 250. We're gonna have a better view of this camera. 1 second. 250. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Oh yeah, so now we can switch scenes. There, we've got the camera right there. There we go. So I've got this I've got it on this really heavy piece of like cutting board. It's really thick wood cutting board material, and I printed out these hooks. In fact, I always have to replace the hooks about every year or so. I've had this printer now for 5 years. These are bolting the rods down to this heavy piece of wood, so it keeps it from moving around. And then this piece up here these pieces of wood over here are kind of like a big bridge over the top of the printer, so that it will hold the spool holder and stuff. And then on the side of the printer where you can't see because it's blocking it is like the motherboard. I made another piece of wood. Ironically, cut a piece of wood for a 3D printer, but cut a piece of wood to hold the motherboard and the MOSFETs and the Raspberry Pi all together. No, not the Raspberry Pi in this one, but on my second ANET, which is a bigger ANET, it's the ANET A8 Plus, which is just an aluminum version of this one. That one has a board that holds all 3 MOSFETs and the Raspberry Pi. Anyway. So yeah, I never would have fired up that ANET the way it came. That's for sure. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the printer. And we got to get my tablet. Oh shit, I don't have my tablet. I got to go find my tablet. One sec. So what I do is like load my Octoprint on a tablet, and I take it over to the printer. Oh, I should have the microphone on when I talk. It works better. I was trying to say, as I put the microphone back on, that I have this tablet and I put Octoprint web page on that, and I'm over here. So piece should be on the camera now. I think I left it on the camera. I'm just going to double check because I'm an idiot sometimes. And I got to do this fast because it's time to load up the car to go flying. Flying in 40 minutes. Okay, so I'll move the camera a little bit. That's where the Raspberry Pi is. That runs Octoprint. And then on the side of the printer, you can't see really, but back there is where the MOSFETs and stuff are. So, and then there's where I soldered the wire directly to the heated bed, instead of having a the connector that's there. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you go to the temperature tab and you just fire up the temperature. I should have done that on the other thing. And you fire it up to PLAs. I've preset some temperatures. So we're going to, and oh, another thing is I'm at the end of my spool and it gets all twisted up and then it doesn't print very good. So I'm going to cut it and refeed it. But if you get better filament, you won't have to worry about doing this. And we're basically at the very end of this filament. It's really curly. So we're going to cut this piece of filament out of here. And we're going to get ready. I'm going to get some different glasses too so I can see what I'm doing. Different glasses. Here they are. It doesn't really take that long to set up a print, so I should be able to do it pretty quickly. So you can see things are heating up. Well, you can see it has a little graph, and it shows you what it's doing. And as soon as the hot end gets hot enough, we are going to take our filament here. I'm going to kind of, no, I don't want to waste. I don't hardly have any filament left. I probably shouldn't have cut it. We cut it at like an angle, and I'm going to try to get it as straightly uncurled as possible. And we scoot this down here. These are all 3D printed parts. I don't know if they're coming in on the screen, but that I've printed. I could see what's on the screen if I go here. That I've printed to set this fan to swivel out so you can feed, because that's another huge problem with the A-net. Okay, so we've got this ready. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Control. We're going to type in 65 millimeters and hit Extrude, and then I'm going to start pushing this thing through. And there it goes. Now I got to get this thing going through the hole quickly. And it's stuck. And I got to get it lined up. And I didn't give it enough time. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it again. It gets extra hard at the end of the spool when you have some cheap. This is Matter Hackers Build Series PLA. Okay, here we go. Oh, it got stuck, but I got it through. That clicking you might have heard, was it clicking? Now it's feeding. Okay, and it's less twisted, so that's good. So next, the bed has also reached temperature. So now we're going to use the bed leveling wizard. And the bed leveling wizard just has like a start, stop button, some settings. So the first press of the start button homes the printer. I can't see any chat over here, by the way, if anybody's chatting, Wes or anybody else. Okay, next. So what we're going to do is, so it needs to be raised up a little bit. We want it to just slightly be touching the paper. Oh, we didn't do something. Stop. Stop. Oh, it is stopped. We got to go up and clean off the print head. Yeah. So I just have like a washcloth. I just rub the print head and clean it off. Now we can start. See what it does when it's not cleaned off. It's like, it might do that some more a little bit. Get another piece of paper. Then we go next. Now it's going to the first location. And we need, it's too loose, so we need to raise it up until we just start touching. There we go. And then we'll just wait and see to get it more adjusted on the next run. And we go to the back corner. That one needs to go up. They're all going to need to go up. Because the bed stays pretty level, it just changes in the Z. Okay, that's pretty close. That's pretty good. That's perfect, actually. So now we're going to this corner. And that one's too high, so we're going to lower it down. Lower it down. Too much lower. Up a little bit. So what you got to remember about these screws is that they're M3 screws on this printer. M3 by 5.5 millimeter pitch. That means one turn of the screw is 0.5 millimeters. So a quarter turn of the screw is an eighth of a millimeter, I guess. That's too tall, so we want to push it down, screw it in. And that is good. Now we're back to the front corner. And now, as expected, that's a little bit too high. So down it goes a little bit, probably half a millimeter. Up, I went too far. It gets a little touchy sometimes, but there we go. That's pretty close. We're pretty much there. I'm gonna go up a little bit here. Yep, right, we're good. Now this leveling is like leveling from 2014. 2014 leveling technology going on here, but it's okay. So this is the last spot. It's not going to come back here. It says finish. So if you're not happy with it, and I am, I'm just going to raise this up just a little bit. Then you can start it over. But I'm happy with it. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my Cura and start the print. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Cura and start the print. So let's get the desktop center. There we go. Yeah. And then I can do the ANet as standby. Okay, so here, Cura. We need Cura, not this. So here, Cura is also connected to Octoprint. So all I have to do in Cura is go print to Octoprint. Because I have two printers set up, but it's make sure that the right one is set up here. And then when you hit print, it just changes camera view and starts printing. So it'll start printing pretty soon here because we're already up to temperature. And then once it starts, I'm going to end the stream because I have to start loading the car because all this talk about RC planes and it's flying day. And I should be prepping to fly. Okay, so it's starting. So what it's going to do is going to do a skirt. I'm going to put the camera over here. And it's going to start making my stuff. That's the support material that it's putting down first. So what we're going to do is just watch it for another minute or so to make sure that the first layer is going to go down right. And if it does, we're just going to walk away. We'll have to end the stream, and we'll have to load the car and go flying. Kind of be fun. I want to try to someday do a live stream from the flying field, so I can watch it later. So it's going to make me 3 parts. Oh, I didn't do the board holder. I forgot about that. Oh well, we'll print that after. So far it looks good. That's the support for the scoop part. This part right there that I'm pointing at, hopefully there's not too much of a delay from this camera, that's the very first part I printed with this printer. My very first 3D printed part is this little filament guide right there. And basically all the parts that I printed at first were all the parts to support the 3D printer. So this filament guide here, this Z-stop adjustment thing, this tension block, this tension block, this fan holder and hinge setup. Oh, and the button thing. This was the second print. First print, second print, and this was the third print, but this one broke, so I've since printed a new one. This one also broke. My first print of this broke, and I printed a new one. So yeah, this is the kind of printer you have to print your own stuff for. I have another printer over there. That one is the ANET A8 Plus, and it is waiting for filament. Waiting for filament. It's in running condition. Just doesn't have any filament. And I don't have any filament here either. As you can see, the spool is about empty. I'll show you one more thing. Streamers. Back there is all my planes I need to build. There's a mini Talon. Let's see if I can get over here. There's a mini Talon. There's a Drift. There's an AR wing. There's another AR wing. There's an HD wing. There's a Micro Sky Hunter. Down there is a something else. I can't remember. This is the Goblin. This is another 3D printer I'm gonna build. Holy crap, man. Lots of projects. I have a whole career of projects ahead of me. Okay, so what we got is a good first layer, folks. So I'm going to leave the camera here and see what it looks like. Reload. Yep, that's what we want. So we could turn it a little bit that way. It's sitting on top of my router. Okay, got to get a stand for it. Probably have to print one. Oh, I have to leave these lights on. So my batteries are over there. Oh, and it froze. Oh, AR Wing Pro? Oh, excellent. Well, we'll have to do some plane setup hangouts sometime. I'm going to definitely try to, maybe this is a better time. I usually live stream at like 5 o'clock in the morning for most people. I don't know, not really 5 o'clock, midnight, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I guess it's pretty late though for people. Okay, so I'm gonna end the stream. It's nice talking to you, Wes, and I hope we meet up again and talk about some planes. And I'm envious of your AR Wing Pro. I went and I bought the my second AR Wing, even though I hadn't built the first AR Wing, after the AR Wing Pro came out, because it was so much cheaper. But I really like the design of the AR Wing Pro. It looks so sleek and awesome. And Andy has yeah, nice meeting you too. And Andy has an AR Wing, and it's awesome. So your AR Wing will be awesome, and your Pro will even be more awesome, I'm sure. Okay, gonna end the stream here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And nice meeting you, Wes.